I feel like it's been such a long time that where I haven't recorded something in front of the camera where I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be talking about a deck that has really risen in terms of competitiveness and its place in rankings, and that is of course Ice Rider Calyrex with Suicune. And now Suicune has been pretty high in the rankings and pretty prevalent in the meta since the release of Evolving Skies, but people kind of forgot about Ice Rider for a little while there, and now it's really starting to kind of make its way back into the forefront, so we're going to take a look at it. This is actually my wife's list. I upgraded her from Glaceon Vmax to Ice Rider Vmax to be a little bit more competitive in case she ever wants to go with me to a league challenge or league cup or just kind of play at our locals. And now she has a good competitive deck to do so. And so we're going to start with Ice Rider Calyrex V. It's a water type, Pierce, 40 damage, 1 water energy. It's fine. The real star of the show is the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, 320 health. It has the Rider the High King, which is 2 colorless, which is fine because we only play water energy, so we don't really care about the cost, like the type. But the cost matters, but whatever. So Rider the High King does 10 damage plus 30 more damage for each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Well, your opponent can have a maximum of 5 benched Pokemon, so 5 times 30 is 150, plus 10 gives you 160. Now this is a really nice number to hit because we are working with Inteleon. That's the Inteleon we want. We're working with this in quick shooting Inteleon, which can do 20 damage. So you ping a Crobat for 20 damage, and you hit it with Rider the High King if their opponent's bench is maxed, and now you're able to take a nice little knockout on a Crobat V. Now the other attack on Ice Rider Calyrex is Max Lance, and it does a base 10, but it lets you discard up to 2 water energies. And you do an additional 120 for each water energy you discard using this ability or this attack. So you can do 10 damage, you can do 130 damage, or you can do 250 damage. Again, you can also boost those numbers a little bit with that quick shooting Inteleon. Now, of course, we showed the quick shooting Inteleon. Once during a turn, put 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon. You also have the Shady Dealings Inteleon as well as the Shady Dealings Drizzile. Now I'm using the 70 HP Sobble here, mostly because we don't have any Rapid Strike Pokemon, so Keep Calling does not matter to us. We don't run Tower of Water, so we're not going to get free retreat. So we might as well have the 70 HP Sobble to protect us against all those Dragapults. Our other Pokemon is Suicune V, 210. Fleet-footed is a great ability while it's in the active. It lets you draw a card, and Blizzard Rondo does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each benched Pokemon. That includes yours and your opponent's. So you could be doing a decent amount of damage, right? There's 10 Pokemon on the bench, potentially max. 10 times 20 is 200, plus the base 20, and even 220 to knock out almost every Pokemon V in one hit. And of course we do have our Crobat to help draw some cards with the Dark Asset, which when we play this card from our hand to our bench, lets us draw until we have 6 cards in our hand. Now, the rest of our trainers are really expected trainers for a standard competitive deck, and we do have some water support. We do have things like Capacious Bucket to get water energies into our hand, Evolution Incense to find our Ice Rider VMAX, our Sobbles, our Drizzles and Inteleons rather. Fan of Waves, there's so much special energy go around, so we can just kind of set our opponent's Pokemon back a turn using something like Fan of Waves. Level Balls, again, to help find those Sobbles, Drizziles. Quick Balls to search basic Pokemon. We do have a copy of a Scoop Up Net because there is a really nice combo where if you have 2 Sobbles on the field, you can evolve one into a Drizzile. Scoop Up Net, play Drizzile again on the second Sobble, and now you get to use Shady Dealings twice that turn instead of just the once. So really nice way to kind of double down on a single Drizzile. Tool Scrapper, there's just a ton of tools running around, so have to have those. Boss's Orders, obviously you want to be able to gust up your opponent's Pokemon from the bench to take easier knockouts. Marnie's, Melony's, Professor's Research, all ways of drawing extra cards. We do have Raihan. Now you can only play Raihan if during your opponent's last turn one of your Pokemon was knocked out, but if it was, and you get to play Raihan, well then you can attach an energy card from your discard to one of your Pokemon and search your deck for any card you want. This is such a powerful card to help set up a second attacker. Maybe you can, you don't have a Suicune on the bench and your other Suicune just got knocked out. Well, now you can go ahead and play Suicune from your hand, Raihan, get a water energy onto your Suicune and search for like a Capacious Bucket to get a second water energy so that you can now go ahead and attack immediately, or maybe you search for like a Switch or an Air Balloon, whatever it is. We actually don't run Switch. We do have one copy of Air Balloon. We have one copy of Cape of Toughness, which, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and up to 2 copies, and we're going to go to 7 water energies, but that's pretty much the deck. Let's see how it performs. If this is your first time checking out the channel, I really appreciate it. It really would help, and I would really, I would like it if you went ahead and hit the subscribe button and, you know, maybe the bell notification so that you don't miss other videos. YouTube is pretty bad at letting people know when videos go up, so, you know, if you have the bell notification on, you won't miss it, so that's always nice. I feel like my brain does not work anymore because I've been sick for days, and I had shingles because I'm old, and my head, right, like I feel like I'm stuttering and stammering because I don't know what to say because like my head is killing me. I've had a non-stop headache for the past week. It has been not fun at all, and we have a pretty bad hand here. So it looks like we're going against Rapid Strike Urshifu. They're going to go ahead and escape rope so they can do keep calling. They're not going to keep calling. That's interesting. But we can go ahead and get a Suicune out. This is actually not terrible, because now I can go ahead and attach here, and I can Melony and draw a few extra cards. So that was kind of nice. Not great though. Right, really wish we had like a Switch or an Air Balloon there, but of course we only have the one. Now I will be able to go ahead and Drizzile next turn, likely, to get that Air Balloon that I probably want. Maybe not, I don't know now. But yeah, I've had shingles for like a week, and it was all on my face, and it was gross, and it was hard to eat, and it was hard to talk, and we do get the Drizzile, which is very nice, and we can level ball for another Sobble, so we'll be in decent shape. I'm curious to know what they're gonna search for, because you know they're gonna. But with the shingles has just come, like I said, so much pain. The entire side of my head, my scalp, everything. Like, you can't even lay on a pillow. That's how uncomfortable and painful it is. I'm surprised I didn't keep calling last turn. It would have thinned out the deck a little bit for them, and they would have been able to maybe draw some different cards with Marnie. I don't know. So we'll go ahead and we'll Drizzile. Unfortunately, we kind of have to get the Air Balloon. We can go Scoop Up. Scoop Up works, but I kind of want to save the Scoop Up. Yeah, I want to save the Scoop Up. We'll go ahead. We'll level ball. We'll get another Sobble. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should have. We'll Fleet Foot. We'll have to draw an extra card. Maybe I could draw a nice supporter. I don't. The level ball really helps for next turn though, and we'll just go ahead and take this knockout. Now they've gone ahead and loaded up their bench for me, which is pretty nice. We got the Quick Ball. Now what will happen is if they Vmax, they could Rapid Flow and knock out my two bench Pokemon there. That would be pretty unfortunate. They might be looking for a Tower of Waters, an Evolution Incense, a Research. They have enough draw power potentially with those Sobbles on the bench. So there's the Tower to give them free retreat. And I don't have a Counter Stadium, so I was just going to stay there. We do get Marnie, which, you know, the odds of us drawing into an Evolution Incense, a Drizzile, Level Ball, something is pretty high. So I don't really mind. There's the Drizzile, so we can go ahead and get a Research or a Melony, something like that. We don't have any water energy, so I probably won't want to get the Melony. But here's Rapid Strike Search for a Rapid Strike Energy, and they're going to go ahead and retreat Gmax Rapid Flow. Not what you want to see. So that's pretty bad for us. But they attack my active. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess, right? We do have a Cape. Cape is alright, I guess. Well, Fleetfoot, try to draw an extra card. Maybe we can get something decent. We don't. We just are kind of stuck. Hitting for 120. We won't even take a knockout next turn. So, because we have so few Pokemon on the bench, we just have not had what we needed. That second Marnie kind of hurt. Not that it hurt us, it was more the Rapid Flow that hurt us, but Fan of Waves doesn't really help us either, because once they use Gmax Rapid Flow, they go ahead and lose their energy. But now they can go ahead and just attach one fighting energy or a rapid strike energy and manually retreat. Go ahead and get a... Interesting. I don't think I've seen Rapid Strike play Melony before. But they're going to go ahead and get back-to-back Rapid Flows as a result. And now they do win. So, nothing I can really do about that. That Passimian really helped, and that was kind of clutch there because they were able to do exactly enough damage to knock out that Suicune. Alright, going into game 2 here, and if you really want to help the channel, hitting the like button and leaving a comment are the best way to do it. Doing those tell YouTube that this is a good video and other people should watch it. We also learned recently that sharing the link to this video is unbelievably helpful, so I would really like it if you went and did that. Now, we do have another mulligan. We have like 9, 10 basic Pokemon. And, of course, we somehow only start Sobble again. I don't know how this keeps happening. So we're just getting really unfortunate starts here. We don't have a Quick Ball. We don't have, like, a way of getting a Suicune or getting an Ice Rider onto the bench immediately. Looks like it's going to be another Urshifu, but this time now with Galarian Moltres. So back-to-back Urshifus, and that's a really unfortunate deck to play when you're only starting a Sobble. This could be a Rapid Strike box. It might not necessarily be a straight Urshifu deck, but God, they're having a pretty solid first turn, and considering that I have a pretty garbage first turn myself, this is not looking too good. Recently, people have been playing Rapid Strike Urshifu a lot more, and I'm not a fan. I like it better when Single Strike is the only deck that's like being played and doing well, because I'm a Single Strike loser. Oh, man. I think, let's take a look through our deck here. We have 2 more Sobbles, we have plenty of Drizziles, we got a couple of Quick Shooting. We have we prized one of our Calyrex, but that's fine. We still have plenty of Marnie and Melonies. We prized both of our bosses, though. So we prized, so a third of our prizes are boss. We prized the and we have a research, never mind. So we prized a couple of water energies. So most of our prizes are going to be boss and energy. So we're going to go ahead, that's something you absolutely should be looking at. We're going to go ahead and get another Sobble here. So this one next turn's probably going to get taken out. And we're going to go ahead and... Oh, we actually have a boss in hand, so we prized one boss. And that is going to do it for this turn. Next turn, we're going to be able to Melony. We're going to be able to Evolution Incense and get another Sobble or another 2 Drizziles onto the field, which would be pretty nice. I'm kind of hoping they don't boss up my Suicune. That would be really unfortunate. But considering they're going down to only a couple of cards in hand, they might be playing a Marnie or a Research. That would Yeah, there's the research. So our hand is safe, so we're going to get 2 Drizziles out onto the bench next turn, which means we are going to be able to go ahead and attack with Suicune, but they're probably going to come in with the Sylveon and take the knockout on this Sobble. They're not going to be able to take a knockout on my Suicune, which is really nice. So I'm probably going to look for a Cape of Toughness here, and maybe a Fan of Waves, right? Just because I want to try to set them back a little bit. We'll see what we can do here. So we're first things first. I'm gonna thin the deck out a little bit. So we'll go ahead and we will search our deck for a trainer card. Let's go with this first one. I think should be a Cape. All right, we definitely want to get the Cape out. We'll go ahead and choose our other level ball. Get another Drizzile. Go ahead. And it's either between Scrapper and... I don't think I want the Scrapper, though. I think I want to use the Fan, because I'm not going to be able to take a knockout on the Sylveon. So I don't want to just throw another ribbon and then I waste my Scrapper. So we're going to go with Fan. Because at least now, they have to attach back to the active and they're not going to be able to set up one of their bench. We're going to go ahead and Melony first. Draw a couple cards. Fleetfoot, draw an extra card. We don't need a Crobat this turn. Let's go ahead and we'll get rid of this Evolution Incense, I guess. We're going to get another Suicune out onto the bench. Try to do as much damage as we can with Blizzard Rondo. And we're going to do the other Evo. We're going to get a Ice Rider. Trying to do as much damage as we can. We'll draw some cards, see if we can pull up a Water Energy. We don't. We have the Scrapper. Like I said, we're going to save it. It's not going to help us too much. But we are going to be hitting for some pretty good damage. Now, if they boss up something and knock it out, I'll be able to immediately set up my other my other Suicune, or even the Ice Rider with Raihan. So not a bad thing to do. If they do boss, they're not going to be on the Marnie. So that means I keep my Scrapper so I can go ahead and use it this next turn and get my 3 prizes. We do have 2 Drizziles set up, so we will be able to... Oh, there's their supporter, so they're going to draw a bunch of cards. So the Rapid Striking Search, if they get the Rapid Strike Energy, that means they did whiff the energy. Okay, so they did. So they're kind of out of things to do. Do they have any Dark Energies? They don't, so they are just going to go ahead and Gale Thrust, it looks like, for 150. So we'll throw down our other Cape. Let's go ahead and we're going to get 3 prizes here. I think the way to do this is we're going to go ahead and get a bucket so we can attach some energy, and we're going to go ahead and get our other boss is prized, so we can't do that actually, which is very unfortunate. Man, that's tough. So we'll get a Evo Incense, I guess. We'll go ahead. We'll use the bucket. We'll get some water. We'll attach to the Ice Rider. We'll Evo Incense. We'll get the Vmax. And let's go ahead. We'll evolve this guy. We'll Fleetfoot. Draw a card before I Marnie. There's the water energy. It's not super helpful. I kind of want to keep the air balloon in case they do boss up something. So we'll go ahead and Marnie them down. Right? We'll get 2 cards out of their hand. We got the Melony for next turn, which is pretty nice. For when this gets knocked out, we'll be able to go ahead and set up our Ice Rider. You have 330 HP. This is going to do 220. 220 minus... I can just discard 1 energy from this, and that should be enough. So we'll go ahead and quick shooting onto you. They can only retreat once. The reason why I didn't bother to use the Tool Scrapper is because they can't retreat with Tower of Waters and the Air Balloon. So they have to retreat once. So they're going to have a switch no matter what they do. So there's the second. So they might just go ahead and Rapid Flow. Ooh, they got the Research going. They still have the Rapid Strike Search. So I'm curious to see what they pull with Rapid Strike Search. They can't. I mean, they could just be trying to thin the deck. But yeah, we're in a decent spot. Their 2 real attackers are pretty heavily damaged, and if they send up that Moltres, it's gonna get knocked out. So there's the Rapid Flow. They do put 2 of their Rapid Strike energies in the discard pile. So now I'm in a tough spot, because this will do 70, 100, 130, 160, 190. Let's say it does 210. It'll be enough to knock me out. So I'm kind of in trouble here. Might as well just drop the Sobble. Well, Melony, to you. We get the bucket. So we'll go ahead and grab our waters. Let's Fleetfoot, see if we can draw Marnie. Marnie would be great because they probably have Boss in hand. But we actually Melony, so we wouldn't be able to Marnie anyway. So they do have the Boss. That was a mistake, putting down the Vmax. It was definitely a mistake putting down the Vmax. If I didn't do that, then I probably would be able to win this. We still didn't get the Boss, but I would be able to Evolution Incense or get the Drizzile for this other Sobble and get my Tool Scrapper so that I can take off that Ribbon Badge and then go ahead and take the knockout on this this Sylveon Vmax, get 3 prizes. So I did that to myself. That was silly. Alright, let's get into the final game of the video. So far, the only reason I've lost is because I had either a really bad start or I made a really silly mistake. I thought I would want to use the Ice Rider a little bit more, but you know, it happens. You learn, right? This is the first time I'm really playing Ice Rider, and every time I go, I'm going second, which is really never a good thing in this format. Again, 3rd game in a row that we do mulligan. Despite having 10 basic Pokemon, can we please not start just Sobble? And we do. Of course we do. Why would we start anything other than Sobble? It's not like I have half of my basic Pokemon are not Sobble. Ugh. Let's see. I'm sure my opponent's starting something far better. Dragapult. No, Lotet. Suicune Ludicolo. So that's the other variant of Suicune decks, is that you can play Suicune Ice Rider or you can play Suicune Ludicolo. And I'm doing the Ice Rider version. I'll eventually do this, the Ludicolo version, but, you know, we'll get there. This also has Call for Family, which you don't really want to do, just because there's no Rapid Strike Pokemon unless you're playing these Rapid Strike Sobbles. But, like I said at the beginning of the video, there's really no reason for the Ice Rider version to be playing, because you never want to keep calling, really. So, I mean, I guess it's an option that you could do. So many Quick Balls. Oh. What else did we prize? Okay. We prized one of our Ice Riders. Prized one of our VMAX. Oh, no, we have a VMAX in hand. We prized the boss. We prized, looks like 2 Marnies. Prized. Okay. Alright. I think we kind of have to get rid of the boss here and try to get the Crobat. I don't think we really want to go into the VMAX this game. So, because it's going to put us in an unfavorable prize trade, so. So let's see if we can draw. Alright. Now, they could do the same thing. They can either Melony and set up their Suicune. If they do, they can't boss, so mine is safe. If they do boss, then they can't attack, so I'm still safe. So either way, I'm in a pretty good position for next turn. If they do boss or they do Melony, then my hand is safe as well. So there's the Melony. So I don't really have to worry about them taking any knockouts this turn on something other than a Sobble. They could go ahead and escape rope, and I'll just give them a different Sobble. But I'll be able to counter KO next turn, because they're going to keep... The idea is for both of us to kind of fill our benches as much as possible. So, but in doing so, they're going to give me the damage I need to knock out their Suicune, but the most they can do is knock out a Sobble. But if they're smart, they will not fill their bench this turn, because then they know after they take the knockout on the Sobble, I get the knockout on the Suicune. So, they would be wise not to. I'm curious to know, they're probably going to go with the Cape. Which again, I am not going to... I'm not going to scrap her, because I'm not going to be able to get the knockout. So... So I'm going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 160. I'm only going to do 160 damage. So I'm still going to be 50 shy of the knockout. Now, I do not want to bench any additional Pokemon either, because they're only going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. And then they can do 160, 180. So they can do a max 180. But because I'll get the first attack on it, they won't be able to knock me out. They could if they go with the 2 quick shootings. So that's why I am going to Level Ball here for a Cape of Toughness. Well, I cannot go Level Ball for a Cape of Toughness. I'm going to Drizzile, Level Ball for a Drizzile, get my Cape. Just so that they have to have a Tool Scrapper. What I could also do they go 180. So if I bench a Pokemon, that will be 180. I can boss up their Drizzile, right? That'll be a trade. 180, 200. They still won't be able to take the knockout, even if I get the Suicune. If I go ahead and, because they could get the knockout, right? If I don't bench any other Pokemon and I leave this, they're gonna do 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200, 210. Yeah, okay. So what my thought is to actually take the knockout on that Drizzile, because then they can't double quick shooting Scrapper to take the knockout. Whereas if I attack this Suicune and not knock it out, they can do that next turn. And I don't need to bench anything else. We'll Fleetfoot. We'll draw a card. The Sobble's not bad to bench, but I'm going to not do it this turn. Just because, again, I don't want them to be able to Scrapper and quick shooting, all that kind of stuff. Throw down extra Pokemon. Raihan's pretty good. So now, they could still Rare Candy, and they could Rare Candy Ludicolo. That's a thing that they could do. But if they go with the Lotad, then they won't be able to until next turn. If they go with the Lombre, they won't be able to. So we'll see. Unless they have the Shady Dealings in Inteleon, or they have the Rare Candy and Ludicolo in their hand, they might be at kind of a loss here, because then I'll be able to bench all my Pokemon, get rid of the Scrapper. I don't care if this spot is empty, because I don't. I mean, I do want to do 220, so I do actually care if that spot is empty. But I could. Actually, I don't care if it's empty. Oh, they do have the. No! Damn. Ah, man. How much is this? This does 200. But I need 3 water energies to make that happen, so I would have to get. Oh, they're going to Scoop Up Net. What are they going to Scoop Up Net? Curious to know what their turn is. Oh, they discard a Ludicolo. I feel like these decks only play 2. So it looks like they're just going to set up a second attacker. So now this Suicune, providing I don't get knocked out, which they won't be able to this turn, is going to get knocked out next turn. Because I have the Shady Dealings in Inteleon to go ahead and... Oh, never mind. They're Rare Candying. So, I take that back. They had both in hand. Well, that's just super unfortunate. But now I get the Raihan. I'll still be able to take the counter KO. Well, how many? You have retreat cost of 1. Okay, fine. Alright. So let's go ahead and we'll drop a Sobble. We'll drop an Ice Rider. We're going to Shady Dealings. We're going to get a Quick Ball. We do have another Suicune, okay. And we're going to get a... I guess it doesn't really matter the order. That's a Level Ball, not a Quick Ball. That would have been... I don't have any Quick Balls. Right. Well, that is just the absolute worst, huh? Alright. So we'll get the Scrapper. And we'll get the Raihan for a water for the Suicune. So we'll go and we'll get the Air Balloon. No, what? Come on, I clicked Air. Come on. That's so annoying. I should have got the Scrapper and the Air Balloon so I could have attached, removed, Raihan for the... Raihan for the... actually, it wouldn't have mattered because I would have had to attach a basic energy anyway. So, yeah, because I didn't have all those... I had all those quick balls at the beginning of the game, I couldn't do what I needed to do. So I needed the Suicune on the bench first so that I could actually go ahead and... Yeah, they're going to win this game. I needed the Suicune on the bench so like when I played Raihan, I can get an energy attached to it. And my fourth quick ball is prized. So we do lose this game because I don't have any attackers. So there you go. Not the best showing for Ice Rider Suicune. I don't know if it's just because I made a couple of mistakes, so I just got really unlucky with what I started and my prizing and all that kind of stuff. But it was a tough couple of games there, and like I said, maybe I could have played better. Maybe the list isn't exactly what it should be. Maybe I don't know what it was. I think the matchups that I had were a little tough for something like Suicune. Two Urshifu rappers like Urshifu's able to Gmax Rapple, and then just kind of the Suicune Ludicolo mirror where they can one-shot me, but it's pretty hard for me to one-shot them. You know, it makes it a little bit difficult, but that's pretty much the deck. I hope you enjoyed, found it a little informative. Maybe now you know what not to do when you're playing Suicune Ludicolo, and hopefully you get better hands than I did when you start the game, because, oh boy, those were some really tough starts. That is going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button and bell notification so you never miss another video. Leaving a like and a comment are the best ways to tell YouTube this is a good video and other people should watch it. Sharing the link is astronomically helpful. I can't stress that enough. And yeah, that's going to do it. I'm going to go get some breakfast, and I will see you next time.